So it's Friday, November 27th, 2020. It's Black Friday and it's Record Store Day, the final Record Store Day of 2020. Hopefully the final Record Store Day of this pandemic that come next year, 2021. We're not dealing so much with a pandemic when we have our next Record Store Day. And I'm going to head out now and see what I pick up for Record Store Day, Black Friday, Lockdown Edition. So I'll be back. I'm here now at Rick's Recollections in Port Credit, Ontario. For those of you that watched my video on Tuesday, you know that this is where I always come for my Record Store Day stuff. The titles that are in stock are in the window. And you can see right here, all the titles that are currently arrived are in the window. I've made my choices. And I know that he did not get one of his shipments in that most likely contained all my first choices for Record Store Day, but I did some research last night and listened to a few sound samples, and there's actually 3 other things I'm going to pick up today that weren't on my original list. One that was on my original list that is in stock, and I'll be making those purchases as soon as the store opens. It's all social distance, no going in the store. I'll be making my purchases from outside here. And I will see you guys all after I've made my Record Store Day purchases. So I've officially put my order in here at Record Store Day to the owner of 4 titles I'm getting from Record Store Day. Just waiting for them to be processed, and then I'll show you guys all what I got. We got a few people here. We got 3 other people here, all braving the Black Friday madness to be part of Record Store Day. And just waiting for my order to be prepared and a price to come out to me, and then we'll take care of the transaction, and that'll be it for Record Store Day Black Friday. So I'm just waiting for everything to be processed here. I've purchased. I'm just waiting for the e-transfer to go through, and then I'll be leaving. And I'll let you guys know when I get home exactly what I got for Record Store Day, Black Friday. And everybody here is just waiting for their stuff to be processed now. And I'll talk to you guys all soon. So that's it. I'm done. I'm finished at Rick's Recollections here in beautiful Port Credit, Ontario at 257A Lakeshore Boulevard. For those who want to come down, Rick's will take your order at the door, and you can get your Record Store Day titles. But I'm done. I've picked up the things I wanted. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, there were actually 3 titles that I really wanted originally on my list that didn't come in at all. But he is expecting more orders that were shipped late to arrive. So there's still a chance I could pick them up after the fact. And hopefully I get the maybe those other 3 titles at a later date when he gets the delayed shipments in. I'm going to head home, and that's as much of a peek as you're getting right now, but I'm going to head home and show you guys all what I got this Record Store Day, Black Friday. Good day and welcome to this special episode of AGK's Vinyl Life. It's Friday, November 27th, 2020, and that means it's Black Friday. That's right, Black Friday. And as you saw in the clips that I've attached to this video just before this, I have just come back from shopping at Rick's Recollections and doing my Black Friday Record Store Day pickups, which is what I'm going to show you now in a minute. I didn't get very many, just a small handful, as you saw a little teaser of in the car there. But I'm going to show you those, and I'm going to show you 2 previous Record Store Day pickups from Drop 3 that I acquired just a couple of weeks ago. But before I do that, I'm going to have a little bit of Tim Hortons, a little bit of Canadian coffee here for all you people that don't know Canada. This is Tim Hortons, and then it's Tim's. Yep, Tim's coffee. It's the most wonderful time of year. Tim's time of year, apparently, according to this coffee cup. This is a new design. But as Naz Nomad would do in his videos, cheers, everyone. And as Robert would do from Robert's On My Turntable, it's a coffee kind of morning. So that's it. Let's get on with it. Just a few pickups to show you. Let's hope that come the next Record Store Day, next April, things are looking a lot better in the world, and we can go back to having a normal record store day. We'll see what happens next year. But this is the year end. This is the last of Record Store Day for 2020. And the first two I'm going to show you here were from drop number 3. And as happens with every drop and every Record Store Day, suppliers send the record stores leftover stock normally a week or two after the whichever Record Store Day it is. So if you're one of these people that don't get out on Record Store Day for whatever reason, there's always a chance of picking up some great Record Store Day titles, even the one that you might have wanted, a week or so later from Record Store Day. 2 weeks ago, I picked up 2 titles from drop number 3, so I'll just show those quickly right now before I show you today's pieces. And the first is the Ramones. It's Alive 2, filmed in 1977, and it's basically the same tour as the It's Alive album and as the Glasgow Record Store Day release from a couple of years ago. Lots of tapes, I think, were this tour was recorded a lot, and they seem to have been making a lot of records out of this tour. But it's a numbered edition. I figured, you know, I got to have it. I'm a big Ramones fan, and when I saw it come in the second round there, you know, I kind of skipped it in the first round, just because I don't know why I skipped it. It's the Ramones. Why did I skip the Ramones? At any rate, I was fortunate enough to score it up on the second round, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. I haven't had a chance to spin it yet. The Ramones. It's Alive 2. And the second one I got from drop number 3, which showed up later, and it didn't even show up originally in drop 3. It was one of these ones that should have been shown up at my store in drop 3, but was delayed, and it came in sometime later. And this is Judas Priest's British Steel 40th Anniversary Edition, and this is smoking hot. This is not a picture disc. I know you're thinking, oh, it's a picture disc. And I love picture discs. We've talked about this many times before. I do love picture discs. I have no problems with the sound quality of picture discs. But this is not. Even though it looks like they're picture discs, they are and they're not. And this 40th Anniversary British Steel has 2 bonus tracks on it. First of all, it has red, white, and blue, and a live version of Grinder. So it's British Steel, but with 2 bonus tracks. But what it has in it, it's a 2 LP. That's right, 2 LP. And you're saying, well, why is it 2 LP? Well, because they've pressed side 1 on this record and side 2 on this record. And why did they do that? Why did they press them on 2 different records? It's because you're getting a proper audiophile quality recording, and these recordings sound fantastic. Proper audiophile recording pressed on one side of the disc, and then the picture, it's not a picture like a picture disc. As you can see, it's kind of a transparent. These are actually printed. It's printed on the back. It's a matte print on the back of the disc, an inked print. It's not like your traditional picture disc with a paper picture pressed inside under the vinyl. This is actually just printed on the back of the disc. So it's actually printed on the disc, on the back, and of course you're getting a proper pressing on the front. On one side you're getting a pressing of the music, on the back a print. So they sound absolutely, these sound absolutely fantastic. Beautiful pressing. So if you can score, if you don't have a good copy of British Steel in your collection already, or you want those bonus tracks, grab that. Really happy to have got that, because I didn't have a copy of British Steel currently in my collection. So happy to have that. And now from this morning's mini haul, I guess you could say. It wasn't really a haul, it was a mini haul. I just got 4 pieces here, well, maybe 5, sort of 5. I had originally hoped to get the Jazz Dispensary. It was my #1 want, and my store did not get it. But he has not received at least 1 or 2 of his shipments. He did not receive his shipment from Warner Brothers. He did not receive his shipment from Universal. I also was hoping to get the Jazz Sabbath. It did not come in, and the Stranglers did not come in either, which was another one that I'd wanted. And I understand that he knows that Stranglers is on its way. It'll probably be there in a few days. So hopefully I'll pick that up at a later date, the Stranglers album. Let's hope that the Jazz Sabbath and the Jazz Dispensary are in that Universal order, because I really wanted those. So I knew late last night, after speaking to Rick at Rick's Recollections, that three of the titles I wanted weren't going to be coming in. So I had another look at the list and looked at what Rick did get in, and did some sound sampling, and decided to go for a couple others and one that I was on the fence about. So this is what I got. We'll start off with the one of the ones that was on my original want list that did indeed come in, and that is the new David Gilmour song with Romy Gilmore, Yes, I Have Ghosts. This is a 7-inch single, Record Store Day exclusive. Big David Gilmour fan, so I got to have everything he does. So yeah, it's called Yes, I Have Ghosts, and this was a Record Store Day exclusive with the flip side, Yes, I Have Ghosts, the Andy Jackson mix. So there's a remix on, the original Ghosts, and a remix of Ghosts. David Gilmour, Yes, I Have Ghosts. This was one of my 4 original must-haves, and the only one of my original must-haves that I did pick up today. David Gilmour, Yes, I Have Ghosts. Then the one that I had, another one that I was on my list, it was a maybe on my list, and I decided after looking at it today that I would get it, and that is Blue Oyster Cult, Live 83. Blue Oyster Cult, Live 83, and this is on a black and blue vinyl. I don't know if that Gilmour was on any sort of color. I don't think it is, but this is a black and blue vinyl pressing, apparently, limited to 1,500 copies. Blue Oyster Cult, back from 1983. It's got some great tracks on here. Stairway to the Stars, Harvester of Eyes, Workshop of the Telescopes, Hot Rails to Hell, Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll, Burnin' for You, Joan Crawford, Born to be Wild, Don't Fear the Reaper, Roadhouse Blues, and many more. So I'm looking forward to that. This one I was on a maybe path of, and then after actually seeing it and seeing what was on it, I decided that I would indeed grab this one. Blue Oyster Cult, Live 83. Now the two that I had not anticipated until last night that I decided to go for after revisiting the Record Store Day list. The first is Anthrax, Soldiers of Metal. This is their debut. It's I guess you call it as an EP, 6 songs, 3 songs per side. I guess this really goes as an EP. Pressed in the Czech Republic. This is, I believe, on an orange and red flame vinyl or something like that. And it's got Soldiers of Metal, Metal Thrashing Mad, Howling Furies, Anthrax, Panic, Death Rider. This was the original debut from Anthrax. Decided to grab that one. A little bit of metal, and with Soldiers of Metal. The next one I did a sound sample of last night, and I really was digging what I heard when I did when I streamed this last night, and decided to pick it up. It's a limited blue vinyl with black splatter. I don't know how many pressings it has, and this is Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. Just dropped in to see what condition my rendition was in. Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings just dropped in to see what condition my rendition was in. Some great funk and jazz and Motown sounding songs. It's got a really great track listing on here. You know, we've got Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours, Little by Little, Just Dropped In to see what condition my condition was in. Here I Am, Baby, What Have You Done For Me Lately, Take Me With You by Prince, Given Up, Rescue Me, In the Bush, Hurts to Be Alone, and Trespasser. I spun this, listened to a little bit of this last night on streaming, and I was really impressed. So I'm actually excited to hear this. So Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings just dropped in to see what condition my rendition was in. So that was the third pickup plus the single. And then the last pickup, this was the one that I said that I was on the fence about, that I would think about, and decided to go for it, as I have the Canadian pressing of this album, the original first Canadian pressing of this album, which I could use an upgrade from, and it had the alternate cover, it had the Canadian cover. And this is U2 40th Anniversary Edition of Boy, exclusive for Black Friday. The U2, the 40th Anniversary of Boy, with the original cover art, and apparently this has got a poster in it. This cover was very controversial when it was released at the time, very controversial. But this is the original cover, the original version of Boy, and this is pressed on white vinyl. And apparently it's got a really nice double-sided poster inside as well. So YouTube Boy, Black Friday drop. So those were my 4 drops plus the single there. The 4 things I picked up plus the single. And the last thing I'm going to show you here is my particular record store had a bonus that he was giving away for this Black Friday record store day. And that was 2 CDs. 2 CDs, Canadian CDs produced right here in Canada, featuring Canadian artists. And they were from True North Records and Stony Plain Records, which are both owned by the same record company. Linus Entertainment owns both these record companies, True North Records and Stony Plains Records. And these are 2 sampler CDs that he gave me free, that he was given to his customers free for a record store day Black Friday as a little bonus. And they are 2 sampler CDs with 10 songs on them each. And there's actually some I'm really excited to hear these, because for Canadians, you will know a lot of these artists. I mean, people in other parts of the world, obviously you probably won't. But there is some fantastic stuff on here from people like Buffy St. Marie, Bruce Coburn, Craig Cardiff, Leroy Stagger. Who else would people maybe pick up? The Mahonies, Ron Earl and the Broadcasters, Sass Jordan, Sue Foley, Colin James, Colin Linden, and more. True North and the sound of Stony Plain and the sound of True North. 2 samplers that were free bonuses with my record store day pickup. So those were a nice surprise and happy to have. And those are my record store day Black Friday pickups for 2020. Let's all hope that 2021 is a much better year and we're not dealing with a pandemic and we can have somewhat more of a normal set of record store days. Both these spring and fall record store days are somewhat more normal. Cheers once again with a little bit of Timmy's Canadian coffee here. That's it. That's all. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AGK_Lifetime of Vinyl. Please throw a like on there if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to turn the notification bell on if you do subscribe. Comments welcome down below as always. Love to hear what you guys got, if you got anything for record store day Black Friday. That's it. That's all. I'll see you guys all in my next video, which will be very soon. Take care, and as I always say, rock and roll.